class.
It's the best way I can think of to honor his memory.
Celebrating the Academy Awards, it may be the biggest night in Hollywood, but for one Salt Lake City woman, this yearly tradition takes on even more meaning. And
I don't know who I'd be if it hadn't happened to me.
20 years later, Elizabeth Smart remembers the grueling months that rocked her childhood, how she's grown in the 2 decades since police brought her home.
Live from Utah's first TV station, ABC4 News celebrates 75 years.
And welcome to the ABC4 News at 10 o'clock. I'm Emily Flores.
And I'm Glenn Mills. Thanks so much for joining us for this special edition of ABC4 News at 10 after the Oscars. Dolby Theater filled to the brim tonight as Hollywood A-listers taking home gold along with some newcomers.
Yes, 16 out of the 20 acting nominees were up for their first ever awards, including Jamie Lee Curtis. And after 45 years in the industry, she brought home some gold, winning Best Supporting Actress for her role in Everything Everywhere All at Once. That film sweeping categories tonight, including Best Picture.
All Quiet on the Western Front also taking awards home left and right. Best Actor going to Brendan Fraser for his role in Whale, and Best Actress going to Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Now, while the celebration for the Oscars is happening in LA, one local woman bringing the party right here to Utah.
Yes, she is. ABC4's Annika Johns joining us live from the Huddle Bar in Salt Lake City. Tell us about tonight, Annika.
Yeah, thanks, Emily. For one Salt Lake City woman, tonight is about keeping her husband's tradition alive. Carrie Ann Dionne lost her husband last year when he was battling with brain cancer. His wife says that every year his birthday would fall during the week of the Oscars, and since he was such a big fan of them, he'd combine his birthday party with a viewing and celebration of the featured films. And tonight, his wife brought the party back to one of the first places they ever met.
So here we are back again at the Huddle the first year after he passed, where I'm able to honor him and remember him with some of our friends and family.
Dionne says that she plans on hosting these parties every year to keep her husband's tradition alive and to celebrate his love for the Oscars. Reporting live from Salt Lake City, Annika Johns, ABC4 News.
All right, thank you, Annika. We'll continue our celebration of the awards here on ABC4. We have to talk about the fashion of the night, of course, and what celebrities were wearing.
Yeah, what is the Oscars without that, right? ABC4's Emily Clark live in studio showing us the looks from the red carpet tonight. Emily.
Hello, you two. It was a beautiful night as nominees, presenters, and other stars kept with Oscars tradition walking the red carpet. But the carpet wasn't red this year. It's champagne, a break in a 62-year tradition.
All eyes on L.A. as Hollywood's biggest night delivers once again. Chinese superstar Fan Bingbing was one of the early arrivals of the night, but her look took home the award for Best Dress. While the dress is stunning, her ode to old Hollywood set the tone for the evening. Sophia Carson was a princess in white. Her stunning statement diamond and emerald necklace stole the show. The jewels were by Chopard, including 122 carats of emeralds and 92 carats of diamonds. Jamie Lee Curtis went for a long-sleeve sparkler by Dolce & Gabbana. This, the precise color of the Oscars' new off-white carpet. Michelle Yeoh was absolutely ethereal in a Dior couture dress covered in delicate feathers. Now to the men. Many of them just kept pretty traditional for the night. First, here you see Austin Butler, and then Brendan Fraser, wearing traditional black tuxedos. Harry Shum Jr. left from the tradition to embrace his Asian heritage with a white dinner jacket with midnight piping and coordinated belted sash. Now to James Hong. He was only 3 months old when the first Oscars were handed out back in 1929. Today, at age 94, he's made the show, and he's wearing a bow tie. Bold looks rounded out the evening. Symphony Hsu with a bright pink gown, Ruth Carter in yellow, and then Rihanna helping close down the carpet in a black leathery look with a train that accentuated that baby bump.
Woo. I bet you guys didn't know I was a bit of a fashion expert, but there you go. A recap of the night. One of the big worries has been the rain. It's been really wet in California, so a lot of precautions in place to kind of keep the rain out, but then Mother Nature delivered. It was nice 60 degrees and dry in Los Angeles today.
Emily Clark, we absolutely love having you and your fashion expertise.
Yeah, well, you know.
Well, sometimes an accessory could be an umbrella, right?
Yes.
I love that. I have to know what your favorite look was.
I think all of it.
Was it Rihanna?
Yeah.
I felt like you couldn't go wrong.
Remember how at the Super Bowl we didn't know? She's definitely pregnant.
We know.
Looked great out there. An umbrella as an accessory. I can't complain about that.
See?
You need one this week. Did you know that?
Well, I remember you saying that last week, so yes.
He
I
listens
knew
so
that.
well, and I have to tell you guys, I don't typically disagree with the Academy, but I think the best picture goes to Utah tonight. Take a look at this sunset. Absolutely stunning. The cloud cover out there. My goodness, we live in the most beautiful place. Now, we did see dry conditions as we made it into the evening. Scott Taylor catching this one in Magna tonight. We love your photos. Weather at abc4.com. We hit 50, which is very mild for this time of year. Actually, it's below average, but it felt mild to us because we've been below average for several weeks. Still running that way with highs in the mid-40s in Price, 50s along the I-15 corridor, and 60s down there in St. George. We've got quieter conditions as high pressure is building tonight, but it doesn't stay long. Look at all that moisture as we look towards the coast. Yes, it's headed our way, and we actually got a quick little disturbance coming through for the start of your work week. Thunderstorm potential will be out there for a large portion of the state from Utah County all the way down to southern Utah, and we've got a new alert posted. We've got to talk about the storm that's prompting this coming up in my full forecast in just a few moments. Glenn, Emily, over to you.
I want to thank you. Tonight, millions watching the 95th Annual Academy Awards as the jewel-clad stars parade the red carpet. And now we're taking you back to the very first Oscars.
Seems appropriate. At the first Oscars, a polo-playing high society director from the golden era won 2 of the 18 Academy Awards that night. Craig Worth saying it's hard to believe his humble beginnings and even the humble beginnings of the Oscars in 1929. It's worth watching.
It's the night the people who make entertainment become the biggest entertainment in the world. And it's been that way for over 90 years. More see the Academy Awards show than see many of the movies. It's impossible to describe the frenzy over the little statues, or why thousands line up along a piece of red carpet a day early. It's one of those unbelievable Hollywood stories.
For about 10 years, I was so gosh darn lucky to be part of the network team on that red carpet.
And in just a few minutes, they're going to be walking down this famous red carpet again, basking in that fantasy called stardom. But even as I watched the stars of the 90s, I think it was the history of this night of nights that is most intriguing. Long before the frenzy of the night, it was 35 years ago when I asked the Academy to relive that first award night. It was held here at the Roosevelt Hotel in 1929. And the idea for the awards came in this very room. It was where the new Academy of Arts and Sciences met every Wednesday eve.
I'm sure that the people who were in the Academy in those early days had no idea what they were starting, because it was just a group of industry people who got together just to sort of socialize, and then they started making a few rules and sort of helping each other.
They all worked long hours and never had lots of time to socialize. So it was a night to have dinner and give out a few awards around dessert time.
And they were called Merit Awards given by the Academy. And Doug Fairbanks Sr. was the MC for the evening. And they gave out 13 little gold statuettes in 5 minutes and then went on to have dessert.
Now the big winner was the director in the middle of the photo, Frank Borzage. He had changed Hollywood with the picture Seventh Heaven and won Best Director. He is credited with building Fox Studios into a major studio with the film. And he discovered star Janet Gaynor, who also won the Academy Award for the film. And you probably haven't heard of Frank Borzage, yet he made headlines by just coming to town back then. His movies even made headlines by coming to town. It changed the industry. It was the smash of New York. It was a film that helped make cinema what it is. And Frank even made headlines by falling off a horse. And he was so big that he won another Oscar the next year and went on to direct 60 more blockbusters. And yet again, you probably never heard of him, which is odd here in Utah. for that first big Oscar winner was a Utahn, a Park City miner, a boy who was born into a family of 14 children near Parley's Canyon, a boy who did vaudeville acts in Utah theaters starting at age 13. He created the movie that the Library of Congress has now listed as one of the 75 most important films of all time, not to mention his other films that won Academy Awards, such as A Farewell to Arms, the classic Best Picture with Gary Cooper and Helen Hayes. That kid from the Utah farm and the Park City mines discovered stars and should be a Utahn we all remember. So in the glitter and the glamour of the Oscars, here's to one of our own, Frank Borzage. Craig Worth, ABC 4 News.
Coming up, today marking 20 years since police rescued Elizabeth Smart from kidnappers. Her story of survival and how she's using her experience to help others.
And the parallels between a traffic stop turned deadly and one woman's response to police pulling her over, what both drivers share in common. It's all in tonight's Justice Files.